But I just saw it coming. I was going to be poor. I was working my first job at a gas station, and the thing is, I had dealt as like a kid, just because I hated asking my dad for money. My dad was a dick, and he used to really hold money over our heads, you know. And if you misbehaved, and misbehaving just it was tantamount to disrespect, you know. And it was hard to respect him because I kind of really thought of him as a moron. And I'm just like, it's kind of like if you ever had a really bad manager at a job, except it's in your life and you're like, he's like controlling your decisions and shit. And you're like, I'll just make my own fucking money. You know, I just go to school and make money. And it's a really simple, easy thing. But I made a cognizant decision to give it up at 18 years old because I'm like, now I can go to jail. But I'm working at a gas station. I'm like trying to like take shortcuts. I work as a telemarketer. I worked like 3-4 jobs like my first year in the working world, and they were all shit, you know. And then a friend of mine, like he followed the formula that I gave him. I was giving him like at 18 years old, I was giving him some old man advice. I'm like, all you have to do is find a rich man and stay on those coattails and just make a few smart. And he did that. He found himself a rich dude, and he did all the things and then he got rich following my formula. And he's like, dude, you told me how to do this. You should be doing this. The difference was he was of Scottish descent. And he was really smart about like, he would wear a business suit everywhere he went. He just looked like he was on his way to college. If he got pulled over, he always, you know, he drove a nice car. So he never looked like someone you'd, my first car was a Toyota Corolla. I don't even know what year it was. It looked like it had been rolled over in a ditch. Like I was begging to be pulled over, but that's not how I got busted. I got busted from being stupid.
How'd you get busted?
I was a customer service drug dealer. You know, I used to invite people over. They could hang out. It was pretty much like a hash bar in my house. And it just attracted a lot of attention. One day they pounded on my door. But there was really no weed in the place. That's what I dealt. I dealt weed, like mainly, you know, just pounds and pounds. And there was like a 1/4 ounce of weed, maybe, or something like that they found. And it was really embarrassing. They had sunk all this money in the investigation, wiretaps, phone taps. And they found a fucking 1/4 ounce of weed in a messy house, you know? And so they just kind of like wouldn't leave it alone because they sunk so much money in the investigation. And there's a number of other things that went wrong too. My lawyer lied to me. Just everything that could go wrong went wrong. And I was just like a disorganized person. So I was also my own worst enemy. I would show up late to court.
Oh.
And I did like 4 months for a 1/4 ounce of weed. It's the most absurd thing anyone's ever heard of.
LA County or?
Orange County.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's a favor not having to end up in LA County jail.
That's what I understand. I understand LA is a little more rootin' tootin'. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to be there. But think of how that was my first experience as an adult. Think of how much a person learns about. Have you ever been to jail?
No, thankfully, believe it or not, I've somehow avoided arrest, jail my whole fucking life.
You will learn everything that anybody ever needs to know about racism and how the world really works if you pay attention and just spend a short amount of time in jail.
Well, I'm hoping to continue to avoid the trend.
Yeah.
Of going to jail.
Yeah.
And believe me,
hopefully you're out of the woods by now.